In this video, we're taking a look at this. This is the D6 Stream controller from FIFINE, the AmpliGame controller. It's basically a Stream Deck. FIFINE has released this for you to go ahead and take a look at. It's basically the same 15-button Stream Deck that we know, but from a different company and cheaper. Let's talk about price. Let's unbox it. Let's see what the software looks like, and let's get into this unboxing and this review of this controller. So here it is actually on Amazon, and before we even unbox it, I want to talk about price. Now, the regular Stream Deck from Elgato is like $140, $130, but theirs is $78, $80, like $60 cheaper, just to be able to pick up what they have here. And we're going to see just exactly how well it performs, its looks, everything, the RGB that's on here. We'll just see everything that it offers, but I just wanted to start there. From the price perspective, it is cheaper. So let's see if it's something that can actually be an alternative to the Stream Deck and has usefulness. So here it is. This is the D6 AmpliGame Stream controller, and we're going to go ahead and unbox it and take a look at it on the inside. And again, this is basically an Elgato Stream Deck, and I'm going to continue to reference that because obviously this is what they're targeting. Inside, we do have a user guide, and basically it's almost like any of the other FIFINE stuff that's there. It has an LED RGB button, Type-C USB port that also goes to Type A, which is really nice. And then it has basically a whole bunch of setup down here at the bottom so that we can download and kind of just get things going. However, I'm going to be straight. This looks just like the Elgato software, almost to the T. Let's actually look at the product itself. It has some weight to it. Here's the cable. Let's get the box out of the way. Here it is. Let's go ahead and pull this out. Oh, okay. All right. The buttons are actually bigger than an Elgato Stream Deck. And for reference, here, I'll pull this one up. It's got a whole bunch of voice mod stuff on it. But this is the original. This is actually the Mark II Stream Deck. You can see that it's there. And here's the AmpliGame. And before we even plug it up, I want you to go and see, here's the 15 buttons. Here's these. You can see that these buttons are larger, which can't be a good thing or bad thing, but there's so much more to kind of see about this. Here on the back, we do have this USB port, as well as the RGB port. And it looks like it wraps around with an RGB piece. It doesn't have a stand or anything. You just kind of get that distance. And actually, I'm not too mad at that. I guess we'll kind of see in a minute. Here's a peel. Wow, I'm actually going to be honest. This actually looks fantastic. We haven't even plugged it in yet. The buttons feel nice. They're not very mushy. There's a little bit of some sound to it that I'm not very happy about, at least in the middle one. However, very easy to press. But as you can hear, here, I'll pull it up to the microphone. That's the sound you get. But even the Stream Deck has the same kind of clicky feel. So actually it's pretty similar. It's not a crazy over branded. It says AmpliGame. I don't know. I'm actually pretty excited to try this out. Let's go ahead and plug in with the cable this. Let's go ahead and take a look at the cable. It's, like I said, it's a USB A to C on one end, so you can plug it into, if you have a USB-C port, or if you need a USB-A, you have one, and then you have a C that plugs into the back of this. Let's get this undone and plugged in, and we'll take a look at it. Oh, wow. Immediate plug-in. This actually looks really awesome. It says FIFINE D6 Control Deck. The gradients look nice, and the resolution on this, obviously higher than each of these buttons. Wow, this is actually, I'm going to be honest, this is really impressive. We're going to see what all we can get in software. Do we have the RGB light? I'm going to test that while I'm right here. Press it and it rotates different colors. Like this is a blue to like pink gradient. Yeah, a lot of really interesting things here. Looks like we just got some solid colors. Beside the Stream Deck, this is gonna be kind of hard for me to be able to show you, but there's the resolution of this, as you can see. I mean, those are really sharp lines on that. And here's the Stream Deck from Elgato, right? So on this, it actually tells us a website to go to actually download the app. I'm just gonna Google and see if somebody can just Google this. Okay, so yeah, I just literally went to their website for the FIFINE Stream controller. It says they're sold out, but there are some on Amazon, by the way. Here's a Windows. I'm just gonna click download now. We'll go ahead and download this and install it, and then I'll come back when the software is there. As you can see, I actually have this positioned in the top right. We're gonna mess with the software, and then we'll be able to see things in real time in this window. All right, so we're in the software, and as you can see, I have it pretty big to where you can kind of see everything here. Yeah, so we're gonna kind of walk through all of this and see what's here. It looks like they've already got OBS, vMix, useful notes, some YouTube stuff, system performance. Let's drag one of these on here and see what happens. Oh, it actually pops up the usage. Look at that. It just automatically queued 16% for my CPU CPU. Is that right, by the way? Yeah, no joke. I think it's pulling it directly from Task Manager or so, because it looks like it's updating pretty quickly. This is pretty interesting that it's doing it. Background, simple color. You can do it to Cyberpunk, and that changes really nice. The one thing is these buttons on the inside. I don't know if you can tell that. Let me zoom in right there. It looks like it's full screen on the actual piece, but honestly, it's not full screen on the actual like icon, which is very weird. There are some other things here. We have the FIFINE control deck, which is where you can do brightness and things like that. Yeah, let's look at the settings really quick. So we have power on, minimize, application data. That's pretty much it. We have brightness. We can crank that. Oh yeah, it gets much brighter. Wow, look at that. So here, we'll go ahead and take a look at this icon. It does get much brighter, so that's actually a big plus. A lot of this looks like the same kind of thing you'd find in the Elgato Stream Deck software, so which is nice. I guess the other thing is, what all can you add over here when it comes to like a store? I'm really curious about that. There is an OBS studio. Let's see if we can control some scenes. All right, so went ahead and connected everything, and it's basically the same thing as connecting anything else. You go get WebSocket server connected, whatever the case, and it shows everything right here. Cool. So I'm actually going to click overhead cam, and then we're actually going to change back to the other one. So let's go ahead and drag another scene on here, and we're going to change this one to desktop plus capture. Here we go. We can name this. Let's go ahead and name this one overhead, and it puts it at the very bottom, which you can control. You can put it in the middle or the top. You can control the font. Oh, this very much reminds me of the Stream Deck software. I'm going to keep referencing that because that's what people are comfortable and know. It looks like maybe, yep, you can change the icons by double clicking, everything like that. So this one's overhead, and this one is desktop and capture. So I'm going to click overhead. We're going to see if it switches. It totally does. Ooh, it's upside down, but that's okay. We're going to go back to desktop and capture. Zero issues. I have to say, that's pretty awesome how easy that was. There's record, you've got virtual camera, you've got streams, you got studio mode, audio mixers, play audio toolbox for hotkeys, FIFINE control decks, we got passwords, useful notes, there's CPU, usage, temp. Let's drop temp in here. It's gonna show temp 6. Look at that, internet. So there's some funky things, weather query. It looks like everything updates, and as you can see, here's the resolution of all of these, and it actually looks really nice. And these, I mean, the buttons worked really well. We'll go overhead, and we can go back. Let me change that to the other overhead one where it's the right way up. So if I click this, it's the right way up. And so as you can see, they look great. And here's the regular Stream Deck, and here's that. I'm gonna be honest, I'm pretty impressed. The issue is this is $80, right? Let me show you this. Here is the Stream Deck Neo, and as you can see that this is like $99. It's sometimes been on sale for like $89. And yes, I know it's blown up, whatever the case, but this is $99 for the Stream Deck software. You get 8 buttons, you get the thing across the bottom, you get infinite pages, blah, 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 blah. So there are other options from Stream Deck that are cheaper from Elgato, but my big question is, from this DC like stuff, can I add other things? That's what I want to be able to say. Can you add other like scenes and stuff? And they've added stuff here. Can you rearrange the order of scenes? Can you make the scene, record apps, change the color, controlling media players, websites? I mean, in theory, is this pretty cool? Yeah, I mean, it looks like they've got some videos and stuff. They got some other stuff here, controlling PowerPoints and Excels. Anyway, so this is everything that's included in it, but they do have a button up here at the top. So you have settings, and then you have this button up to the top left, which is their store. And here is the Discover store. We can see everything that pops up here. You can, I mean, this again looks very much indicative of the Stream Deck, but we do have the plugins area, which hopefully this is full of. Look at all of this. There's voice mod. Oh my gosh, this is like literally what's on the other one over here. Let's see what else we have. These are all the most popular ones. System monitor, weather query, PowerPoint. There's a Photoshop one, Photoshop support. Here's Final Cut, Premiere Pro. Oh my gosh, Excel, Adobe. Here's the bar rater stuff. Here's Twitch tools, engagement. This is like everything that you would normally expect. These are all the things that I would see inside of the Stream Deck software. Here, let me show you. So here's the Stream Deck software, right? The only difference is when you go to this, now you go to the marketplace, and in the marketplace you kind of get all of the same stuff. Now there's profiles and things like that, right? But we can hit view all here. Yeah, so here's all the plugins for like what we're using on Stream Deck. This is the marketplace. This is the one for FIFINE. Here's the same stuff. Look, if this then that connection, cam control. It doesn't look like they have everything. It looks like maybe they'll add things in the future feature, but it already has decent support here, but it doesn't have everything that Stream Deck has. All right, so voice mod's installed. I'm actually gonna go ahead and put some stuff on here so we can see what's happening. Let's go ahead and do voice changer options. We can please select audio, and then you get to choose the correct voice. Let's go ahead and do, I don't know. Let's maybe just choose one of these voices and see if it changes. Totally. Same thing, like what you see over here, okay? So like this one at the very top, I can't remember, it's like the Chad or something like that, the cool dude. Yeah, it's the Giga Chad. Here we go. All right, so I've got the Giga Chad up on both. And as you can see, there's the Giga Chad icon on this if you want to see resolution. And then you can see the Giga Chad icon on this one. So here's voice mod. If I click it,
it will literally switch over to that voice. That is freaky cool. So it is working. Guys, it's totally working. Giga Chad.
Okay, but here's one thing I've already noticed. On this one, if I click over to the Giga Chad voice, right, it will activate the button, and I can see that. And you can see it changing in voice mod in the background, so you see Giga Chad's active. If I click it on this one, right, it doesn't shift it to blue, so it's not fully supported like what you're getting on the Stream Deck. Maybe that's just something. And they're actually, I know that they could work really close together, Elgato and the voice mod. So maybe they just have more support with it, but does it work? The answer is yes, it switches to it, and it looks really nice. If I'm being 100% honest, this looks beautiful. So my final thoughts on this, kind of like initial thoughts on this, for $80, is it a stream controller, and is it something that I would recommend that you purchase? For just a few more dollars, you can get the Stream Deck Neo, which I've reviewed on this channel, and you can go check out that video. I'll put it at the end of this video as one of the things that you can click. But for $20 more, $10 more, you can get the Stream Deck Neo with infinite pages and all of that stuff. I still think I would probably recommend getting the Elgato just because they already have so much support. So the question becomes, do I recommend this product over an Elgato product that does something similar? If you're wanting a 15 button and you're just controlling your stream and OBS and just a few things, and you don't want to spend the $140 for a Mark II, right? Then sure, I think that this is a compelling option for its price. And even if they sell it for less and they make it cheaper, yeah, I think it's a really compelling option. I do like the RGB, the resolution's higher, the buttons are bigger, it feels nice. I think it's a nice product. I think they have plenty of stuff in their store to get you started, connections with Voice Meter and other platforms to be able to make connections, not integrations to other platforms like things to control Go XLR or the Wave software, and hopefully we can make those into the FIFINE. Not a lot of audio control other than Voice Meter. That's a downside for me, but when $20 or even $10 more, you can actually get the Stream Deck Neo and get access to all of that customization. It's kind of a hard thing to make that choice. If we were going apples to apples, Stream Deck Mark II to this is the better cost, especially if you're just doing simple scene clicks, which is what most people just use their Stream Deck for. But this could be a really compelling option for someone on a budget looking for it. So do I recommend it over like a Stream Deck Neo if that's what you're looking for? No. If you're wanting a 15 button, this is cheaper, but if you need some of those other app connections, I would just go Elgato. That being said, FIFINE, you did a great job with this. And I know when you first launch a product, especially when you're just fleshing things out, you're kind of like just testing the waters. I think you need to add a lot more support for some other platforms, and I hope that you continue to do that. It looks like a great product. I love the larger buttons. I love the resolution of this. I mean, I'm literally pulling it up and it's hard to see pixels. So I'm really impressed with what you've done so far. Maybe if you can make this like $10, $20 cheaper, I could say that this is definitely the product that beginning streamers should pick up. And maybe you should make like a 8-button or 6-button version. That'll bring us to the end of this review, guys. Make sure you check out one of these two videos. It'll be the other Elgato products like the Stream Deck Plus or even the Stream Deck Neo, things like that you could consider. Love you guys. Thank you so much for watching this, and we'll see you in the next one.